first saw Stacey Dash, I was 11 years old, and she was on Mo Money with Damon Wayans. Of course, you guys would see the other roles like Renaissance Man and Clueless.
So when the devil tries to get all up in my head and tell me lies, I turn, I look him dead in the eye, and I tell him, no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Really? No weapon formed against me to prosper. So how did we get here? So you go from saying this stuff on TikTok, talking about what Bible verses get you through temptation or whatever, and now you're doing OnlyFans. That's the problem that we have with religion today and Christianity today. People can't take it serious anymore. So all the people who are messengers of God and people who have God speak through them, he told you to do OnlyFans. Usually she's going in the opposite direction. Most of these OnlyFans whores, all these people who use the OnlyFans are going toward God and retiring from OnlyFans. She's somebody who's with God and going toward OnlyFans. That makes no sense. So here's what I think happened. I think Stacey Dash ran out of money. She's not getting roles like that. She's not working. She's not put out any content or material. So she's seen other women that are pretty, and she's always been pretty. Let's not take that away from her. Yeah, she's almost 60 years old, but she's seen these little girls make millions of dollars. She's broke. I think she's broke. She's been married and divorced 4 times. I think this is about money. I don't think any of the prayers are working anymore. She's been praying to Jesus, baby Jesus, and nothing's been happening. And she's going to the oldest profession in the book. Not to say she's that, but women using their body and their looks to get what they want out of life. She's got to pay bills. She figured OnlyFans was the only way. I don't get why she wouldn't just go back into Hollywood as far as taking roles. Even independent movies. It doesn't have to be Hollywood all the way since she's religious now, but take some independent roles. It doesn't have to be OnlyFans. She could become a YouTuber, but I guess that's beneath her. And believe it or not, a lot of people want to diss YouTube, not to turn this into a side convo, but YouTubers make more than a lot of people these days. Even if you look at a decade ago, people used to laugh at YouTubers. Now YouTubers and streamers are making the most amount of money. So there were other routes she could have taken, but this makes her look crazy right now. No, think about it. She's a lonely woman. She's using her looks to get male attention. She's making TikToks. She still values attention. That's why she's doing this. So it's because she's broke and she's lonely and she needs money. That's what I think it is. So this is crazy. This is why you can't take religion seriously in 2025, 2026. Because not even the believers of it follow the principles of it. But let me keep going.
Then I tell him, behold, Jesus has given unto me power to trample on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, you, and nothing shall by any means harm me.
This is why people can't take religion seriously anymore. Because the people who are supposed to be the big followers of it are hypocrites. They're constantly hypocritical. They're one toe in and one toe out. They always, and also they have this selective morality. Like, oh, when I do it, it's different. Or everybody makes mistakes. And if you believe in God, don't you think that God sees your heart and sees what you're thinking? I mean, you could lie to your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, but you can't lie to yourself. You can't escape your own nature. If God is real, like you guys think, or whatever you believe in, he sees your heart, right? So if there is a hell after this, a lot of you people, not to say her, because I'm not one to judge, but high chance you're going to hell for all eternity. And that's if you really believe it. But not even you guys believe it. You think it's a joke, and I think she thinks it's a joke too. The prayers didn't work. She needs money, clearly.
Got back.
No man to provide for her. And this is the future of a lot of women in the West. You think that the gravy train's going to last forever? Yesterday's price, nobody's subscribing to the OnlyFans. Yesterday's price isn't today's price. You're not in your 20s anymore. Your stock has gone down. So apparently nobody's subscribed. Now let's take a step back for a second. Let's say, I'll play devil's advocate here. Let's give her a chance. Let's say her OnlyFans is her doing a prayer group and doing exclusive Catholic Christian Bible content. All of us are going to look stupid. But I don't think that's what this is. She's capitalizing on her look. She's a good-looking woman. I just found out today she's half Mexican. I knew she was some type of mixed mulatto or whatever. But she's always been a pretty woman. So she's using what she knows best, and she's using her looks to make money. She's broke. That's all I think it is. And the Bible verses weren't selling. They weren't helping. Not to bash people who believe in religion, but it is what it is.
Catholic clean mother actress.
So The reason she has clean in there is because I don't know if a lot of you guys know her parents were drug addicts. She comes from a drug addict household. Very sad situation. So again, it's even sadder that she's going to OnlyFans now at her big age. At her current big age, to go to OnlyFans is actually lowering her value, lowering her virtue, And believe it or not, guys, I don't think Stacey Dash, even though she may have had a drug past, I don't think she has a lot of bodies. Because usually when you look at somebody, not to say looks or everything, but usually when some woman has been completely severely ran through, they have that worn out look. Stacey Dash doesn't have that all the way yet. Even at her age, she looks very good for her age. She's not as ran through as some of the women that you would see on OnlyFans that are just 20, 21, that have been with 150 guys, 200 guys. I don't think Stacey Dash is even near that. She may have, listen, I'm not a psychic, maybe 50 bodies. This is not me trying to simp or whatever the fuck you call it, but I'm just going by what I feel based on what I see. I don't know her personally, never talked to her. They don't even have her TikTok. I just see some of her TikToks that are here being produced on YouTube by the people who are covering the story. So,
She is a Catholic talking like this. This sounds more of a Protestant feel, like,
Yeah, it does.
shouting at the devil, talking down to the devil. The devil can't hold me
like the
back.
devil won.
This is not how Catholics
The
talk.
devil won,
but
guys.
This is how Stacey Dash is kind of talking. She's like a blend in between the two. Now, you got to know that Stacey had a real big issue with alcohol.
I don't know if Stacey Dash has an agent. I don't know who her management is, but Stacey Dash, I really feel she doesn't have to do the OnlyFans. I don't think she reached a point of no return yet. I don't know what's on the OnlyFans. I don't know if she released pussy pics or showed her full body yet. But if she cuts it off now, gets a good role, maybe maybe an Avengers movie, maybe Marvel. But Marvel's really left leaning, so they might not take her based on all her MAGA allegiance back in the day. But who knows? If she gets a good role and starts working again, she doesn't have to do this. And I'm trying to sound like Drake. You don't have to do this. I don't feel she has to do this. I really feel she doesn't. Even at her big age, I don't think she has to do this. But clearly she's broke. And she has no man in her life. Maybe her kids don't have enough money to help her out. It's a very sad situation. And it might be some drug-related relapse stuff, too. You never know. And another thing. But she looks very good for somebody who's done as much drugs as she's admitted to doing. I'm going to be real, though. She's got to kill the TikToks, though. The old woman energy, she has to get rid of it. The TikToks, she needs a management team that's young that tells her what type of TikToks to make, because some of the stuff just looks like booyah grandma type of stuff. She is a grandma, I think, by the way, but I think her kids have kids. Don't know. I got to research that one.
Hey, so tough morning.
All right, tough morning.
Had a good cry. No particular reason. That's just what happens when you have PTSD and.
Help me, Jesus. So she's crying out for help. Clearly, Jesus didn't come to her rescue. That's why the OnlyFans opened up. So Jesus didn't come. The devil won, it looks like. And, I really feel that if she takes on roles, and I really feel even at her big age, get somebody who's around her age, there's some man that will come and scoop her up and take care of her and bring her balance. But I think she's somebody, her standards have been so high her whole life that she can't accept anybody that will actually take care of her, even somebody who maybe makes less money. This is the problem with a lot of women. They won't ever lower their standards. I think when you get to a certain big age, you have to lower your standards as far as what you had before, when you're no longer in your 20s or even early 30s. I think that's what she has to do for the sake of her own sanity and just to have balance. There's somebody there that will take care of her and look out for her, because she's by herself, clearly. She's by herself. No man or no woman is an island, and I think she needs help. I really do. And I think a loyal companion, as in the guy that actually loves her, that will take care of her, look out for her, not use her, would be a good fit for her. But, that's just my take.
She says she has post-traumatic disorder.
And again, I know we've heard this quote before, but I have to say it again. Women destroy themselves when they are left to their own devices. Let me repeat that again. Women destroy themselves when they're left to their own devices. So she depends on male attention for, her whole image. She needs actual male attention for somebody who loves her, I think, to be balanced. Somebody that could be her accountability partner as well. Keep her away from the drugs. Keep her from relapsing. Keep her from making bad business decisions. Her new manager might be her new guy if she does get a new guy, but, that's neither near nor there. Just a thought from your boy Evan Billions. I think she's one of those people that needs an outlet. Because I know he's saying, hey, don't tell the world that, but people need outlets. She probably feel like she's by herself. She has no one to talk to, so she goes to TikTok. She goes to, YouTube or whatever. She goes to these outlets. And I'll be honest, I don't think, if she didn't have these outlets, she seems like the type of person that probably maybe would, suicide themselves. And that would be very unfortunate, but it seems that way. It seems like she's going down that trajectory with these weird videos. But,
And these are not tears of sorrow, they're tears of love.
At the same time, though, listen, again, I'm doing all these angles. She's an actress. So who knows if she's really as depressed as she says she is. Because even at this video that we're about to watch right now, it looks like she's trying to act, and it's bad acting, but it seems like it's acting. Watch it with me.
And gratefulness. Because I am truly, truly, truly so grateful for what God is doing in my life.
What is he doing?
In the lives of my children.
Stacey Dash is this Christian, but she's on OnlyFans. Now,
Does it
just
make
because she's on
sense?
OnlyFans, it doesn't mean that Stacey Dash is on there doing something that's new.
We don't know
We're
yet.
not saying that, but I didn't subscribe, and I'm
just bad
definitely not
optics.
about to go over there and pay.
It's just bad optics. Even if she's not doing XXX rated content, it's bad optics. It just is. Especially from an age perspective, at your big age, you have to compete with younger women. But at the same time, being somebody who was an actress, to lower yourself to that level, it's crazy. Like this is, I think even if you see, I think Lisa Ray considers starting OnlyFans if she hasn't. Like she's in that tier. Like if Lisa Ray, Holly Berry, Nia Long, if they did that, it would be just as big of a reaction as this. Because people are like, why? Why would you do that? You're already a star. Why would you do that? So I know Clueless is where she got her start. So, if you look, maybe she should call her pal Alicia Silverstone. She's taking roles still, even at her big age. She's still getting roles. She needs a good peer group around her. I don't think she has many positive friends. And listen, I'm just over here spitballing it. I'm just trying to guess what's going on here because I think she feels lonely. She doesn't have a man in her life, and she has no real friends. And I said it before, women don't have real friends. But she needs to get some acquaintances at least, like a top 5 acquaintances list, other actresses, people who are of a similar ilk that can keep her on a straight and narrow, to keep her accountable and keep her from making these crazy videos and thinking these crazy thoughts. Or if you're into the Bible, get Christian actors or Catholic actors. I think Mark Wahlberg prays, Chris Pratt does this stuff. Link up with people like that. They're like-minded people. You can still be within the industry and still follow your faith, whatever it is. But, just a thought.
But then Stacey Dash, while she is still beautiful, she is 58 years old.
58.
And this got me to thinking.
2 years from 60.
Look, on TikTok doing some weird dances. People think that, she's delusional, something is wrong with her. And so what's happened now is while Stacey Dash is still beautiful, she's 58. She's been married and divorced 4 times.
4 times.
And, Stacey Dash is in a situation a lot of women never think they will be, which is
lonely,
alone,
nobody there,
by yourself, and now you become
dancing
a religious
in a house by
zealot
yourself.
who is now on OnlyFans. That's what's happened. And of course, she gets a lot of simps, trying to throw themselves at her in the comments. She doesn't want any of them. And so now you're this Christian who loves the Lord and you're on OnlyFans.
Doesn't make sense.
OnlyFans, if you want to be honest, it is known for a site that is associated with a lot of sexual activity.
All right, so here's the tagline of her OnlyFans. Stacey Dash, clearly verified. You'd be clueless not to subscribe. 50% off for 31 days. $15 a month. She's not even charging any crazy prices, but $15 a month. That's what she sees her worth as right now. $15 a month. All my exclusive content. Does anyone know if she's showing naked pics in this? This is just really sad, guys. Nobody wants to be in this position. And this is a cautionary tale to a lot of you young women out there. This might be your future if you don't play your cards right.
It really looks bad. And people
Really bad.
are going, the only reason why they're on OnlyFans is because that's their lifeline. And then that brings me to this.
It's like I said before, it's about money, I think. Clearly.
He's right,
Yeah. All right, who knows what's going to happen with Stacey Dash? What do you guys think in the comments? Do you guys think that she will continue to do OnlyFans? Or will she nip it in the bud and stop before it gets out of hand? Evan Billions, and I'm out.